Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I just wanted to remind you that no matter how scary OCD content is, the content of the thoughts is, it's still just an OCD thought. And you are not the only one having this thought. I do OCD recovery with people all day long. Every single day. I pretty much don't take weekends. And I can tell you that I never really hear anything drastically different. It's all pretty much the same thoughts, pretty much the same fears, just, a few different themes, and it's within those themes. By the way, actually, an interesting fact, if you are new on my channel, I actually don't see a lot of hand washing. I do see it from time to time, but it's not, I would say it's probably minority, not majority of the time. Most of the time I see puro, like pure obsessional type of situations, or harm OCD, or the combination of the two. So just kind of a side note, but no matter what your specific thoughts are, what your specific OCD situation is, the more you take the content seriously, the more you pay attention to the content, the worse it's going to get. Look at it as, oh well, so what? I got a thought. 50,000 thoughts a day. This one was a weird thought. People with OCD and people without OCD initially get the same thoughts. So just like you got a strange thought, another person without OCD can also get a strange thought. But the difference is when they got it, they didn't take it seriously. They didn't react. And because they didn't react, the thought never came back. But when you got the thought, you said to your brain, in metaphysical sense, you said that this is important. This is scary. Why me? Why would I have this thought? What does this mean about me? And that when you said it with panic, the brain took it to mean that you need to be protected, that this is something dangerous, you need protection, and the only way your brain can protect you is by sending you this thought over and over again to make sure that you're protecting you by doing reassurance behaviors. And that's why reassurance behaviors feel like the right thing to do in the moment, like a good thing to do in the moment. But in reality, what they're doing is they're just getting you further into OCD, because your brain just looking at it, oh, well, if you're still doing reassurance behavior, the thought still must be important, must be valid, and I must send you more of it. And that's how OCD continues. So the reason why the anxiety and the thoughts are there right now is because for the past while, you've been training your brain that this is important, scary, relevant. If right now you stop doing that, then over the next, I would say, week or so, your brain is going to be actively reprogramming from this past training. So it's going to take a little while for you to see any result. Because right now, right in this moment, you're running on old programming. So no matter what you do in this moment, you won't instantly feel better. So you just have to say, okay, right now I'm going to be in pain for the next little while, but I will push through on recovery work. So the recovery work that you're doing right now while in pain will not show itself until a little while down the road. So say a week down the road, you will start to feel a little bit better, and then a little bit better after that. And that's how it kind of dissipates. Just like it came and got worse, now it's going to get better if you continuously do recovery work. So don't worry about it that, you've been doing work for a few days and you don't feel much better. In the beginning, what OCD brain does, that it actually puts up a fight trying to find a way to get you back into anxiety. So it tries to pull you back in by any means necessary. So you can expect actually to get more thoughts, but when you get more thoughts, the anxiety to every individual thought will not actually be as high as the anxiety was to the first thought that you had. So it's going to be like, say, before you had one thought and it was at level 10, well, you're going to have a million thoughts a day, but they'll be like at a level like 6 or 7. And the reason why they're at 6 or 7 is because you're not buying into it, right? So if you're not buying into it, they kind of just switch, but nothing really grabs on strong enough. So that's what you should be seeing. And again, the content of the thoughts as they're switching doesn't matter. Just view it as, okay, nice try, OCD, very creative, I'm disregarding. Don't get into why me, why am I feeling this way, what does this mean about me, when will it go away? It will go away when you stop reacting to it as important. That's when it will go away. And then it takes, like I said, a little bit of time after that, because your brain has to be used to you reacting to it as unimportant. So just view it as that this is a process. On physical level, the brain is switching how it's reacting to this thought. The neural pathways are changing. So this is important to see, that this is a physical thing, that it's not just a thought or it's not just content. It's a physical thing where your brain is reacting a certain way to this type of signal. It needs to react differently to this type of signal. And that's what we're switching. And it takes time to physically switch how it's doing it. So don't take it to mean that you're doing something wrong. But every time the thought comes in, no matter how scary, disturbing the content is, view it as just the brain trying to protect me by throwing me irrelevant content again, because I reacted the one time with fear, or 100 times with fear, right? But it's very, with OCD, the one good thing is it's very explainable. You understand, well, why is this happening to me? Well, it's happening to me because I reacted so much to it, so now it's just sending it to me all day long. That's why it's happening. No surprise there. And because logically it all makes sense why you are getting these thoughts on repeat, we also know how to stop it. But it's knowing it in theory is one thing, putting it into practice every moment of the day is another, and you have to do the best you can. And it's okay if you fall, as long as most of the day you are focused and pushing through on recovery work. And it won't be like this forever. You won't have to fight these thoughts forever. This is just for now. As the brain recovers, as it starts to see that these thoughts are no longer relevant to you, it will start letting them go and sending them less and less to you. And then after a while, not at all. So it's a process of that. Just go with the process, but it won't happen unless you make changes in how you react to it. Don't let the content sway you into thinking, oh, well, it must be important because the content is so scary. It doesn't matter that it's scary. Like I said in the previous video, just look at it as you have an annoying neighbor who's trying to get you with something that, is scary to you. So, the neighbor is turning that specific music, let's say, way up to get a reaction out of you. Don't give that reaction. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you tomorrow in another video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.